Here in a minute, you'll see. Shh. What the fuck? Shh. Yes, we're live. Hey, y'all. It's your girl Stacy with Shh, just got real. I'm doing a pop up, y'all. I'm gonna do those every now and then. Okay, now listen. If you have been following me, then you remember me talking about my girl here, Bam. This is my child from another mother.
What's going
Hey,
on,
Bam.
y'all?
Welcome,
What's
welcome.
up with it?
So, y'all, Bam has a story to tell, okay? And I know we all have a story to tell, but I think that some parts of her life is going to resonate with other people, okay? And in hopes that you keep your mental health. That's important, huh?
It is very important.
That is so important. So
It is
Bam
very
has a
important.
story to tell. If you have any questions throughout her telling her story, please, please, please put them in the comment section, and we'll get to you when we can. Okay. I know this is kind of an awkward time. People are just getting off of work, and it's Friday, and you're moving around, but that's okay. Okay. So Bam got some music for us. You know I like to play a little music when we get started. Okay. So Bam got some music, y'all. So hold on. I don't own the rights to this music. What you got?
Just a little bit of something.
She said a little bit of something, something. Hey guys.
Flesh and blood, I'm a weirdo on the beat though, nigga. I go no matter wherever I go. I'm a beast on every intro, shooting love to all my people. Always ready for a sequel. Ready for no movie, flashbacks real quick like I'm truly get shit that I'm finally movie. Absolutely loose with music, like slowly used to be the kind. So turn your bitch into a new sequel.
Can y'all hear that?
Probably not.
It picks up. So who is this?
Me.
That's you?
Yeah, that's me.
Okay,
That's
okay,
me.
okay. So you doing it like that?
Yeah,
Okay,
something
y'all.
like that, you know. I try.
You
Just a little bit.
you do a little music. I didn't know that about you.
Yeah, yeah.
Ah.
I just started rapping. I'm more of a singer, poet type.
Oh.
Yeah, that's pretty much where I'm at. But had some people encourage me, do some rapping, write some lyrics real quick, spit some
Okay.
stuff.
Okay. So is that gonna be published and put out here, and
I'm
we're
working
gonna be
on
able
that
to do
too.
one of these numbers? Hey,
I'm working on
who
that
that
too.
is? You ready to come on too? That Crystal? That Crystal girl? Crystal says she got a whole notebook for your
Oh, what's
ass.
going on,
She got
Crystal?
questions for you.
Hey, Crystal, what it is?
So what's going on with you? You know, I know you said that your story was important, and you felt like, there are things that you got to get off your chest. That mental health is real, y'all. Okay, and if we don't get our story out there, it will fester, and it will just eat you up, right? And we
Yeah.
don't want that for her. We want her to succeed. Okay, y'all. Wait a minute, I'm so excited for her. Y'all, she just moved into the tiny house neighborhood. Oh my God. How was that?
Hey, hey, I'm gonna say that was.
Oh,
I feel graced and rewarded. That was something that I really needed. For those of y'all who don't know what the tiny home is, it's a community, a village for a program set up for veterans who we live in tiny homes to help us get our situations together. Those of us who were homeless at one point in time, and now we're trying to get our things together to become civilians.
right, right.
So that's pretty much what the tiny home community is.
So you're a veteran, huh? Where you? What was you doing? Where was you at?
I joined Iraqi Freedom in 2003.
Wow.
Uh, yeah, I joined the Marine Corps. I was in for a little bit over 7 years. So yeah, I've been around the way. I've done a couple things in this little time span of this 38 years I've been.
I was just gonna say, girl, how old are you? How old is you? You look like you're about 14. 38. Okay, I see you.
38, 39 this month.
Yeah. Okay.
39 this month.
Well, thank you for your service.
Indeed.
I love that. Y'all, it's just a feeling when you pull into that neighborhood. And it's just a community. It's just amazing. I love it.
It really is.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Yes, congratulations. This is just cute little, just so cute. Okay, sorry, y'all know I'm kind of goofy. Okay. Well, okay, so let's start from the beginning. Little young whippersnapper
Oh boy.
coming up.
Single mother of 4. I was raised by, as she says, 2 boys and 2 girls, because I was nothing of the average little girl. Yeah, I was in the 80s, late 80s, growing up with a single mama of 4. That's back when food stamps were still in the book.
Oh yeah, girl. The dollar bill, the $5 bill.
Color coded.
Folks was
food
embarrassing.
stamps.
Right. Folks was embarrassed.
I'm
Mama, please don't make
I'm
me
trying to tell you, that
go.
was way back in the day. My little ass didn't give a damn. Mama, give me your little stuff. Can I get some candy? All right.
I
bet.
can see her do it.
No lie. I don't care. Give me the whole book. I'll take the book. Don't spend
Oh,
the
there
other
was
ones.
some
Okay.
kids, honey, would kick and scream and cry. There's grown people that were scared to.
I didn't.
You didn't give a damn.
Mom, you got a bunch of pennies?
Right.
Give me them.
Oh, you one of them? You,
I ain't care. I ain't care.
you didn't care?
Mm-mm.
You didn't care?
I ain't care.
Okay. Y'all hear that? Y'all.
I want the silver ones, but I'll spend the brown ones too.
You up there? Hey, okay, and
I
don't have
sure
no
will.
qualms about it.
Mm-mm.
I ain't mad. Okay, so single mom of 4.
She moved us. We were born in Wyandotte County, but she made sure by the time I was in the age to go to school, we were living in Overland Park. So her children can go to school in Overland Park. So we had her children have a Overland Park education.
Wow.
She did not leave us in the city, even though besides school, we was down in the city.
All the time?
Our family there,
Yeah.
Church,
Yeah.
family there, grandma there.
But you went to school there and lived there.
I went to school out in Overland Park.
Uh-huh.
You know, life was I won't say average because I don't know what the average household for coming up for a Black homosexual child of a single mother of 4 in the late 80s, early 90s.
Right.
I won't say it was easy, but being that you're a child and that's what you're thrown into, it's normal. And I'll say it's normal for that child because that's all I knew.
Right.
But
it wasn't normal for folks around you. So how did that play in coming up and people dealing with you?
I would hear the whispers. Because I was a very intelligent little one. I caught on to a lot of stuff and I heard a lot of stuff and knew what it meant.
Yeah.
I just never let it be known that I knew what it meant. But my mama, she was like, nah, you go find something to do because you catch on. Right. So I would hear the whispers and I would see the side eye of people when it came to how I was being treated because of my mannerisms, because of the type of child that I was. That back then you didn't come out your mouth and say, "Mom, I like girls."
Right.
And a 5-year-old coming out their mouth saying, "Mom, I like girls."
Is that how young you were when you kind of had an idea?
Ma'am, I was in kindergarten.
Kindergarten?
I was in
Damn.
Ma'am.
You were checking out the girls in the kindergarten class?
I wasn't checking them out.
What was you doing? What was your what? Okay, sorry.
You
was what? I thought I was being over the top. I thought I was being over the top. But wait a minute, hold on a minute. What? What were you doing? You was filling them up, ma'am? y'all. Real. Damn.
They was in the same grade as me, so it wasn't like I was doing something that was inappropriate.
So when you looked at the boys, what was you thinking?
I mean, every kid is curious, and I was just like, what is that? Because every kid is curious.
Yeah.
They're gonna they want to know about both ends.
Yeah.
You're gonna end up with your preference, what
Yeah.
you
You
lean
gotta
towards
deal-
more.
Right.
But every kid want to know. So what's yours is little.
Oh.
What? Because why I say that is because really. Why I say that is because I was molested, and I didn't know what. I can't remember when it started. So that's why I was like, "It's that small?" Because I was being molested. So
okay.
I'm used to seeing.
Yeah.
So I was just kind of like,
Yeah.
that's, and it sounds real crazy.
Yeah.
But when you come out of a situation,
yeah.
When you come out of a situation where you yourself is the one who stopped what was happening, and you don't remember it ever starting or how it started, you just know that this is what was going on with you.
Right.
It's like people that don't come out of that don't come out of it like that in the mannerism that I have come out of it, because I don't remember when it started, but I stopped it.
Right.
And I remember the day that I stopped it. So just back to what you asked, as a little kid, it was just kind of like, so they are
all sizes.
okay. But I was more so like, all right, I'm cool with you.
Right.
Where your sister at?
Yeah.
Where my sister? Yeah, where your sister?
Right.
Matter of fact, can she come out and play?
Right.
I'm gonna play with you. No, you're not.
Right. Yeah.
You're not finna play when I'm playing with you. So no, you're not.
Right.
So as a child, like, there's no talking to your mama like, Mama, I don't like girls.
Did you have anybody that you? So
it was me by myself.
When did you ever get to an age where you were able to tell somebody?
Not even to this day.
To this.
I mean, I can tell them now that I'm grown.
Yeah.
Because I don't pay my own.
All right.
Yeah. But growing up, absolutely not. It was me.
You just let them believe whatever they wanted to believe. You know, I see people say I came out on this certain day.
I let people, I got to a point where I got labeled. I was actually, it wasn't that when I got to a point. It was just through my family. Even to this day, I was always labeled. I always had an attitude, or she just mean, so she don't like boys. Boys don't like her. Blah, blah, blah. And it was like, nah, I just like girls, and I don't care to deal with none of that bullshit that I see y'all dealing with,
right.
who are straight. But y'all want to sit here and try to force me into something. So I'm not gonna tell you I like girls, but I'm not gonna tell you that I like boys either.
Right.
I'm just gonna deal with this shit till I get the fuck out of my mama's house, and then once I'm gone, I'm out.
Right.
And I'm gonna do me.
Right.
So just coming up, it was just like I had a lot. Like I said, being gay. Even as a kid, I knew I liked little girls. Like I said,
You was filling them up, man. She was filling them up, y'all.
Look, my sister caught me with her best friend, little cousin, on the side of her house.
Oh.
And I wasn't kissing her lips on her face like I thought I would. Look, now it's just.
Is my face red? Like, am I blushing?
I'm just saying, like, it is what it is. Nigga, I always like girls. Like, my brother was like, when I was 12, he said when he was 12, he already knew what it was going to be for me. If I'm 38 and he was 12 at that point, so he got some years on me. He was like, nah, nigga. All right. So it's like my brothers, the cousins that's my brother's ages, they were like, we already knew. But the old heads, they wanted to disown me, wanted to wash their hands of me, and everything changed because they thought I was going to feel some type of way about it. And I was like, fuck it.
Yeah.
I'm in the Corps. I pay my own bills. Y'all don't do shit for me.
Is that what made you go?
I don't got to come. No, what made me go is because I was ready to get the fuck out of my mom's house by the time I was 14.
Oh, wow.
Because it was, like I said, being gay, molested, and on top of that, being isolated, being labeled, having nobody to talk to.
Even your siblings? No?
It
Wow.
wasn't none of that.
Yeah.
None of that. It was literally me on my lonesome. I literally could watch my sisters talk to my mom about their little boyfriends or whatever. I ain't had no boyfriends. I ain't had no girlfriends. I left everybody alone.
Mm.
I left everybody alone. Let everybody label me. Call me whatever the fuck they want. Cause like my mother would force me to wear certain shit, and people would see me and they'd be like, "Yo, you look mad uncomfortable. It looked like it hurt you to wear." I said, "I got beat into this."
Yeah.
So yeah, I kind of am.
Yeah.
Still
Aw.
kind of hurting. Like,
Yeah. Wouldn't let you be who you were?
not at all. Not
And
at
so
all.
what grade were you? I mean, how old were you when you said you went to the military?
I was 19.
19? Mm-hmm.
Not even a full year after I had graduated high school. I told my mother in like fourth or fifth grade. No, in like fifth grade. I told her I was going to the Marine Corps.
Did you?
She laughed at me. She thought I was playing.
Wow.
She laughed in my face. Because I don't want to go to college. Because she said, you're going to have to do something with your life.
Yeah.
As my mother told me. I mean, you're going to have to do something with your life.
Yeah.
Now, you can't stay with me forever.
Yeah.
I'm not going to support you forever. You're going to have to do something with your life. So, okay, that's cool. I ain't going to school because I'm sick of school.
Right. I done did my time.
I'm sick of this shit. Because I got to go to school and deal with all these what. And then I got to come home and I got to deal with this. Right. And then on top of that, if I don't deal with this and I'm in my room, I got everybody neighborhood kids coming over to my mama's house because that was a house to come to. My mom was a neighborhood mama. So it was just like a whole bunch of shit to the point where it was like nobody knows me. Nobody ever, you never took the time. You may have raised me, but you never took the time to know.
To get to know you.
You don't know me.
Mm-hmm.
So nobody knows me. There's no reason for me to fucking be here.
Yeah.
Just play the game and get the fuck out.
Yeah.
That's it. Just play the game and get the fuck out. Ain't no point in lingering around. She said I gotta do something to take care of myself. Hell, if I want to go to school later, they'll pay for school.
Yeah.
I got somewhere to live. I got a job, so I stay on base, so I always got someplace to go get something to eat. My bases is covered. I'm going to the court.
How was your experience there?
I loved it.
Yeah.
It's the people that fuck it up for you. But hell, that's it. That's it. It's anywhere you go. People can fuck it up for you. The system is outstanding. The setup is great. Like, it's great. And if you got the right people who know how to work it, it's outstanding. But then you run into those people who beforehand in life, authority, they didn't have authority, or they were picked on, and so they abuse what they have, or they don't know how to, they just have some type of characteristic flaw that's like, it rubs people the wrong way, and it's like, oh, because you're a higher rank, I can't really, or because they're a higher rank, they abuse that shit. But other than that, I love the whole thing. I love the system. I love the courts. It's just the people. It's some of the people in there, but everywhere you go, you're gonna run into liars. You're gonna run into people who try to, especially if you're one of those ones who are born with that energy of being a chosen one. Everywhere you go, you're gonna have entities using people to get at you. And after a while, people look at you like it's always you. It's always something going on with you. But then when they really look at the intricate details, they see it really was fucking with me bad. So, I mean, but I guess, like I said, it's life. You live and you learn, you adapt and you overcome. Hoorah! Shout out to the Corps.
Hoorah! Mm-mm. So where are you on? I mean, where are you now? As far as mental health, right? You've been to the Corps. You dealt with your family in a certain kind of way, right? Your sexuality is always becoming in the forefront. But now, you're a grown woman. You don't have to deal with the shenanigans, right? So where are you now?
Now, I'm trying to. I've surpassed the superficial And when I say superficial, I literally just mean surface. I do not mean superficial in any other way, but just the surface. I am growing past the superficial things and I'm getting deeper. And within getting deeper into myself and learning myself, within getting deeper in that, things get darker. And I got to go through that and shine the light because can't nobody else do it but me. No matter how I feel about the situation or how much I have learned how to cope and live with the situations that I do have coming from core or my childhood. Because trust and believe the core gave me some trauma too. It wasn't just childhood. Childhood started off core, didn't do no better. So
I kind of figured that.
Oh yeah, it's not a game. It's not for the weak-hearted at all. If especially being a gay female joining a good old boys club, it ain't for the weak-hearted at all, by no means. So, as within me learning myself, it gets darker, and I got to dig deeper, and I got to shine the light on them dark spots. And that right there, with me doing that, I have to have seclusion. And I have to be away from people because the situations that I have now coming out of the trauma that I have come out of, that I have survived, I don't want it to be triggered and set me backwards. So it's stable, but at the same time, because I am working on elevating, it is unstable, if that makes any sense.
What takes you? Can I ask you what kind of takes you there? Like
stupidity.
Yeah.
Stupidity on all levels. Stupidity on all levels. And I mean on all levels. Things that are unnecessary. Thing that will take me there. Because it's you're wasting time, energy, and space. And you're wasting my time, energy, and space. That's unnecessary. So for me to elevate past that, I need to seclude myself from that. And then once I get to a certain level, now then I can incorporate myself back into that so I can now, with the strength that I do have, build to get stronger in dealing with stupidity. Because that it literally seems like my whole life, that's all I've dealt with stupidity, from molestation to going through the shit with the core to what my family has done and is doing now. Stupid.
Yeah. So would you say you have to be in seclusion? Does the home of being the tiny home, does that help you in some kind of way?
It does.
How does that?
Because it's not enough space for everybody else. It's only enough space for me and my dog. I don't like coming from a home where it was always people. And it wasn't like it was always people because my mama got a whole bunch of kids and it's just my siblings. Nah, I was cool with my siblings being there. It's only 4 of us. But this is not my people. These is not my mama's kids. Why are y'all here? So a whole bunch of space for other people to fit. It doesn't sit with me well. I don't like it. Like I've been in a place where I had room for other people and I literally stayed in my room.
I didn't move about.
I just stay in my room, go to the bathroom, the kitchen, then I go right back to my room. I don't, I just need space for me to, because I guess now thinking about it being from childhood, a bunch of people around, I wasn't safe.
You felt unsafe?
No, I wasn't safe. It was a whole bunch of, and the only time I was safe is if I was at my mother's house.
Alone? Or with your siblings?
No, with my siblings, with my mother there, and a whole bunch of kids there, that's the only time I'm safe. Any other time, and hell, and there was no home, well, besides my uncles. Other than that, everybody else's home had a whole bunch of people, a whole bunch of movement. So whatever happens if a kid's missing for 30, 45 minutes, they're not noticing. They're not coming to look. They too busy taking care of the rest of the kids, or they outside playing or something. Nobody thought nothing of it. So
you be at your family's.
my mother didn't send me over to like friends' houses. We
You
didn't.
at family house.
We didn't go to friends' houses
Yeah.
and stay the night. And
Yeah.
this is all blood. This is all blood.
That is so disheartening. Like you said, I get it now. You know, how do you feel safe if you have families and they're the ones that's hurting? Wow.
Or they're the ones who know who's
Hurting
the
you.
offender, and not the offender of just you, because they may not know it's you, but they know that's the offender because that was an offender when they were your age.
No.
But they don't bother.
And nobody says that.
They don't bother. Matter of fact, a lot of times I was made to leave for the weekend and go to a cousin's house or something because for whatever reason the cousins asked, or mama just wanted me gone, and the rest of my siblings were at home, but yet and still you knew the offender
Was there. Whew. That's disheartening.
It is, I try to, being an adult, I try to look at it from a different standpoint of just from the standpoint of that little girl that was just taking everything and not telling nobody nothing. Because if I told, we would be separated, and then I would have to go live with him.
Mm-hmm.
Not just for a weekend. I would have to live with him. And my mother would be put in jail because it was the late 80s, early 90s.
Oh, yeah. Right. And I don't tell them where they would have put you.
You know what I'm saying?
They would have
So,
separated your siblings and you.
Or even forbid that the family don't even want us. So we all just don't say nothing. It'll be over when you grow.
So you made a comment that you stopped it yourself. So how did you do that?
12. I was 12 years old. It was actually, I remember the exact day, and I remember exactly what I was wearing. I remember this day. I remember this day. It was at a old family church. Church was over with, and I was one of the first ones coming outside. And he was standing on a door, and as I walked past, he reached me, smacked his hand, and said, "Don't touch me. Stop." And from there on, nothing.
That happened again.
Never again.
Wow.
Never again. And my mother did not find out until about 4 years later when I was 16. She was actually, I was getting a beating. I was getting a whooping. And she just stopped and was like, "Why are you so angry?" And I just looked at her. And I didn't say nothing. And I guess from me just looking, when they say, "Mama knows," and she broke down crying. And she kept asking me to tell her who it was. I wouldn't.
So she still didn't know?
She found out, I'm not sure how she found out, but she found out years, it was by the time I was grown and I was in the court. So,
yeah.
It's
too late.
But as a kid, you would have killed him. I know my mama would have killed him. I know that for a fact. Even though she knew he was an offender, I guess she just didn't think
he was messing with you.
That he was that bold. But I knew she would have killed him. Because she would ask me, and I would always tell her no. I would always tell her no. Somebody messed with you, let me look at you. What happened? Something going on? I'm there, I'm fine. I'm okay. But I would always tell you, whenever you would get ready to try to make me go over someone's house, I want to go home. I don't wanna go.
Right. You trying to tell her?
You don't never want to go nowhere. You always want to stay home. Exactly.
Yeah.
I want to stay at home.
Yeah.
Your cousins want you to go with your cousins.
Here we go again. You didn't put me in the lion's den.
All right. Well, let's go to my cousins. So, it's just what it is.
So have y'all ever had that hard conversation on me? No?
I wouldn't bring it to her. I wouldn't bring it to her. I wouldn't do that to her. Nah. I mean, we had somewhat of a conversation where she was like, basically, I'm sorry, I didn't know, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, by that time I'm grown, so Mom, I'm good.
So let me ask you, y'all been calling him the offender. So where did that come from?
I called him the offender.
Oh, so with you, but had he offended someone before
Oh yeah.
that you knew of?
Oh, it's throughout the family.
Yeah. And your mom knew? I mean, I don't understand. I mean, if she knew how you continued, right? How did you continue to be put in that situation? That's just hard.
Like I said, the only thing I can come up with in my mind to not seem to see my mother in a certain standpoint
Yeah.
is to say she just didn't think that he was that bold,
Yeah.
or she thought that I would tell her.
Yeah.
Like I said, I was a very intelligent child, and I picked up on a lot of stuff.
And like you said, she was asking you, and you were saying, no, you okay.
I won't tell you.
Yeah.
But at the same time, if a mother knows,
Right. You still gotta.
if your
not put her
baby
in a
keep
situation.
telling you she don't want to go over somebody's
Absolutely.
house,
Pay attention.
and you know that they leave every weekend to go garage selling, and the offender is left with. I mean, it is what it is, though. Like I said, and it's not even that I don't have a problem with him. Every time I see him, I give him a hug.
He's still around, huh?
Every time I see him, I give him a hug. I say, "Hey, what's going on?
Oh.
How you doing?"
Oh.
Because I know you already. I knew
Yeah.
back then.
Yeah.
Because you fought in what was it, the Vietnam War?
Oh wow.
So y'all knew he
Yeah.
was.
Yeah.
So my problem is not, was not,
Yeah.
because I don't have an issue anymore.
Yeah.
I'm done with it.
Yeah.
I could talk about it.
Yeah.
It's not gonna hurt my feelings.
Yeah.
But for people who are always talking about touch me nots, there's a reason.
There's definitely a reason.
There's a reason.
Yes.
And for you all to push it, and we say that we don't care for it, so disrespectful.
Yeah.
So, but it is what it is. You know, some people get it, some people don't. A lot of people don't. They just think, oh, well, why wouldn't you want to feel good? Who's to say I don't feel good?
Right.
Doing what I'm doing. Just because you feel good in that manner does not mean that I don't feel good in the same manner, just not in the same method.
Right.
I don't need the same method that you need to feel good. I don't need that method to
Right.
feel that same good.
Right.
It's just been rewired for me.
Right.
So there's a reason for us to be like, nah, we cool on that. And it doesn't mean that we're limiting ourselves or we're not getting the same pleasure. Because trust and believe, we are, if not even more.
You know, guys, if your children are telling you that they don't want to go somewhere, you need to listen to that. That's really important. And this is part of the mental health piece of Just Got Real. I need you guys to understand that a lot of times the kids are telling you.
Without telling you. Because we don't want to stir up a whole bunch of shit.
Right. But you got to listen. They're telling you, like she said, without telling you.
We already got the offender talking about you're going to cause trouble to a 3-year-old, 5-year-old kid. And what 3-year-old, 5-year-old kid wants to start trouble amongst adults.
Right. When you know it's going to cause a big, a chaos, total chaos. I hate you went through that, baby.
It is. It built me to be who I am today.
Yeah.
That's why I'm not tripping about it.
Yeah.
It stings, of course. It's always gonna sting.
Yeah.
That little girl always gonna feel that sting.
Yeah.
But we wouldn't be who we are today
Absolutely.
if we didn't make the conscious choice to stand on our team and
Absolutely.
get through it.
Absolutely.
Because this is life.
It definitely is.
And what else am I gonna do? Because I don't know anything different. This is all I have known from the. Like I said, I didn't know when it started.
Yeah.
I don't have any recollection of the day, the time, or any of that when it started. I
Right.
just know at 12 years old, I ended it.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's see. We have some comments here. Unfortunately, excuse me. Unfortunately, this used to happen in many households where the family knew the offender. The family swept it under the rug. And
Wow.
that's total truth. That's total truth. How are you with the healing process?
I am good. I am now in the process of growing and elevating to be my higher self than what I am today. Because, like, excuse me, I'm over my childhood. I've let that go. I let that go years ago. Like I said, I see him to this day, and I still give him a hug. Literally, I will give him a hug. Hey, what's going on with you? How you doing? You good? No problem. So that's my childhood is what it is. That was the cards I was dealt for the first table I sat at. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep. Life ain't gonna stop because I decided to play woe is me. So I mean, the healing process. I won't say that I'm completely healed because I'm still growing and I haven't done all my shadow work. So hell, I can uncover some stuff that I had no recollection of because I suppressed it so far down. So I will say that I am healing and I am still growing and elevating.
That's good. Let's see. What advice can you give others out here living this same nightmare?
You can get through it. If this is happening to you and you feel by yourself, the reason you feel that way is simply because you see everybody else who's not built that way. And you feel like you're built the same way that they are. And you're not. You're built to get through this. You're built to stand on your own 10 by yourself. Everybody's not built to get through stuff by themselves. That you can get through it.
And you gotta tell somebody.
It's gonna take a lot.
You gotta tell somebody.
I ain't gonna lie to you. It's gonna take a whole lot.
Right.
It took me a lot to get to where I am right now. It took me a lot to get to the Marine Corps.
Yeah.
It's gonna take a lot.
Yeah.
But trust and believe. If you know you built for this, you built for so much greater. Don't give up. Don't let go. I'm telling you. It's hard. But there's so many people watching you and watching you not to see you fail, watching you to see how strong you really are. Because the strength you've already shown is baffling.
Right.
Because it would have made them crumble.
Let's see. Do you hold any anger with yourself? That's a good question. Do you understand that? Like,
Do I hold any anger with myself? No, I don't. I don't hold no anger with myself. I'm gonna say why. Because anger doesn't do anything but set me back and lower my energy. If you know how much water is within your body, you would know that that water affects your body, and it affects your body because of your emotional state. Your emotional state, every time you get angry, every time you have some type of negative feeling, it affects your body as if you have a dying ailment, like your body got cancer or something. And water magnifies that. So why would I continue to do that if my body's mostly water and I'm trying to live a healthy life? I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna start creating new pathways in my brain, and I'm gonna start filling this water in my body with new memories, so I can get rid of that old negativity. That old negativity doesn't do nothing but set me back. So I gotta find a way to let all that shit go. However, whatever way I find to let it go, whether it be through science, whether it be through biology, whatever it be through spiritual, it doesn't matter. Find a way and let this shit go. Period. Point blank.
At a young age, I went through the same thing. Not to the extent of our guest here, but I did go through a situation. I didn't tell my mom until a few years ago, to be honest. I never said anything. This goes on a lot. So you have to pay attention to your kids, and not just the girls, but the boys too.
Believe it.
And again, if your kids are telling you that they don't want to go over cousin Joe's house, listen to him. It's not like she said, "Oh, you just don't want to go nowhere." Well, no, I just don't want to go over this motherfucker house. It ain't like I don't want to go nowhere. I'm a kid. Of course I want to go somewhere. Of course I want to go play. Of course I want to go have fun with other kids. But I don't want to go over this motherfuckers. Please, please, please pay attention to your kids. And if you have been offended in some kind of way, you have to tell your story and get it out. You cannot hold on to it. You cannot fester. And that's why a lot of us are angry and bitter and don't know how to love and don't know how to treat people because you're so angry about your past. You have to talk about it, get it out, let it go, and then try to move on and live life. Okay? Those people that have offended you, they're going to pay for that in some kind of way. I need y'all to understand that's gonna happen.
If they're not paying right now and you just don't see that it's payment.
Oh, it's
for what they
happening.
doing.
You just might not see it. But vengeance is mine, said the Lord. Okay?
Better believe
He
it.
don't like nobody messing with his children. So know that you ain't getting away with shiznit. Right?
I was told that I was going to be the one to save their lives.
Wow.
Those who offended. So I need to stay in the frequency and the energy of love and kindness.
Wow.
Because I'm going to be the ones to save their lives. They did what they did, not for a setback, but a setup. So
Okay, did y'all hear that?
that's a punishment for them. Trust and believe.
Yeah.
For them to come to the person that they offended
Absolutely.
and ask them for help.
Uh-huh.
Trust and believe. That really chafes.
Wow.
They can't. That's a lot. That's a lot. That's a lot for them.
Yeah.
I promise you. That's a lot.
Wow. Are you able to have a relationship without reliving the trauma?
Absolutely. I just don't need you to do certain things to me. I don't need that done. No, thank you. You're okay.
Yeah.
I don't need that.
Yeah.
How
does
this
this-
a 5-year relationship?
Right. How does this pain resonate in your relationships? Is your healing elevation helping it or harming it?
Actually, it's helping it. I just ended up in a relationship with someone who had traumas that they have not dealt with, nor do they want to deal with themselves. So when you end up in a situation where you're growing and you're elevating, and you've always been one of those ones who call the truth out for what it is, and you don't sugarcoat nothing, and you get with somebody who's the exact opposite, that's harmful because you're unequally yoked. And I learned that within 5 years of being with someone that's unequally yoked, because she did not want to deal with her own traumas. It was always turned around on me. So that's what you have to be careful with, and that's what you have to look out for. Because if you are on your journey to
That's
grow
right.
and elevate
That's
and
right.
be on a higher frequency to connect to your higher self, You have to make sure someone is equally yoked, because
That's right.
if they are not, that vibration, that energy
Just
that you are resonating, that you are giving off,
Yeah.
it will vex them so bad that they
Yes.
will turn it on you and make you look like the villain. And you're not doing anything but trying to elevate and have others elevate with you. But everybody can't go and everybody don't want to go.
That's so important. That what she said is that if you don't let things go that you're dealing with, and then you go into a relationship with somebody else, that's not fair. You have to deal with what's going on with you in that last situation before you bring somebody else in. It's your life. You know what I'm saying? Is that fair to say? You don't want nobody to come into your life and they're upset about their ex, and every time you say something about certain things and you snapping, and y'all snapping at each other and y'all fighting and shit, and
Yep.
you don't even know what's wrong with the motherfucker. And then finally you figure out, look, this motherfucker snapping at me about it. Got
And
to be
ain't got shit to do
right.
with
It got to be her ex.
Ain't
What it
got
got to
a
do
damn
with me?
thing.
I ain't did shit. I'm just being me.
Telling you to get out the house because
Y'all,
you gonna steal
telling
everything when I leave, and you ain't touched the damn thing but the last nigga she was with.
This
Came
is
home
so
to an empty
real.
house.
You gotta work on yourself. You have to. That's men and women. Sometimes things can re-trigger someone. Yeah.
Here's the thing about triggers for me.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say for everybody, but for me, here's the thing about triggers. This is how I feel about triggers. You are only triggered when you want to be triggered, because people take the word trigger and they place it for everything. And trigger, okay, for me, for instance, I was molested. I was in the court with a lot of males, and there's a lot of rapings that go on in the court. So do not physically grab me. That's a trigger for me. But someone saying something in a type of way, someone using a verbal action, that's not a trigger. That you can control your emotions. You can handle that. When someone is physically doing something to you, then there's a trigger. But verbally, or they just taking inadvertent actions and being petty towards you, that's not a trigger. That's an excuse you're giving for you not controlling yourself. When there's a physical altercation from what you were doing with yourself, dealing with someone else, that there is a trigger. I have been molested. I have been in a group of people where they have no problem taking a whole shop of males and raping a female. So I do not like to be grabbed, and I do not do altercations with males. We don't get loud. We don't get aggressive, because my mindset goes to a different space. But that I'm still not triggered. I'm just in a different space now. But if you physically touch me, I had a little cousin grab me by my wrist, and I grabbed him so tight, he swore to God that I was going to break his wrist. Don't fucking grab me. That's a trigger. But this verbal stuff that people, oh, well, you say this and that's a trigger to me. That's not a trigger. That's an excuse for you not controlling yourself. Because even when you're triggered, you can control yourself. That's how I got as far as I've gotten. And I'm not in a psych ward. Because even triggered, I controlled myself. So I feel like people just take certain words of power and place them where it's insignificant to make it seem like it's significant, because you're not controlling yourself.
Wow. Yeah. Any other questions? Cause she put that shit out there. Did she put it out there? She put it out there.
I'm just being honest. I'm not trying to hurt nobody's feelings. I'm not trying to offend nobody. So I'm not gonna say sorry, because I'm not.
Yeah, you should.
So I mean, if you're offended, baby, you need to look within yourself. There's something within you that's triggered by such a situation, that you need to find out what's going on.
Yeah.
Because if I'm not physically touching you, there should be no triggers. There should be no triggers. There should be no triggers. Now, it may bring back an emotion. It may bring back a memory. But that's no excuse for you to lose control of yourself or you to let go of control of yourself and use it as an excuse that you've been triggered. That's bullshit.
So where do we go from here?
Like I said, I'm elevating. I'm looking to truly get myself
Excuse me, y'all. I got a
together.
little.
I'm looking to get myself together.
She didn't have me crying. Shit, look at my eyes, y'all.
I tried the relationship thing and I tried to build a family and it ended up backfiring on me. So I learned my lesson on that. I'm not doing that shit again. So I'm just getting myself together. I'm getting me together. I've tried to focus on everybody else, and that's not where my focus needs to be. It needs to be on me. So
it does need to be on you. You know, I appreciate you telling your story, and I hope that your story resonates with someone else, and I'm sure it will. Okay. Now, again, I'm going to say this again. Okay. Now that you, like, again, you're a grown woman, and everything is kind of, well, you, like you said, you kind of still going through it a little bit with your family. How do you stay grounded? How do you, as a young woman going through that, and listen to this, y'all, because again, if you didn't went through all this, you got to have a way of healing. So what do you say to folks? What is your way of continuing to move forward, staying in a good headspace, right? Not allowing it to take you there in a negative aspect. You know, mental health. How do you stay?
okay. First of all, let me say this because I learned this very quickly. Family don't mean blood, and blood don't mean family. Blood just shows that we have some type of relation, whether it be directly or some form of indirectly. It don't mean shit. I got people that I served in the Corps with for some years, and I ain't seen them in several years. And if I get with them right now, it'll be the same shit, like we never left. And I can get with around blood, and they treat me like a damn stranger. So, when it comes to blood, leave them the fuck alone. Leave them the fuck alone. Get the fuck on. They don't pay your bills. And if they do, get on your 10 and get the fuck on so they don't hold shit over your head. The problem is a lot of people still stuck with their family because they not taking care of themselves and standing on their 10, and they always look at help from their family, so their family just holding shit over their head. Why? Because you call family for help. This is what family do. Family don't hold shit over my head. You got me confused. So for one, leave them the fuck alone. Get the hell on. If you, I got enough shit in my own head for me to feel bad about my damn self. I don't need nobody labeling me, nobody whispering behind my back, or nobody telling people they need to watch their children around me. When they themselves telling you to watch your children are offenders of their own children.
Oh wow.
So let that shit alone. Number two, give yourself a break. Give yourself a break. Give yourself a break. You've been through a lot. And you don't look at it like it's a lot because it's you. And it's what you've been dealing with your whole life. So it's normal to you. But darling, give yourself a break. Because I'm going to tell you, when you finally do decide to give yourself a break and look back, you're going to be like, what the hell was I thinking? Give yourself, you built for this. That's why it's nothing to you. Still, give yourself a break. Because we don't give ourselves breaks. And we'll mess around and have mental breakdowns because we're not giving ourselves a break, even though everybody else is breaking us down. Give yourself a break. Breathe. Don't answer the phone. You ain't got to answer the phone for everybody. You ain't got to help everybody. That's what I had to learn. You ain't got to help. You ain't got to help everybody. And even if they won't help, you ain't got to help them. They can find help somewhere else. Just like you had to find help somewhere else when motherfuckers wasn't helping you, or you had to figure it out on your own. They got the same gumption in them. They better pull it out.
Listen, all that undercover stuff that family ain't telling, okay, it's going to come to the forefront at some point, okay?
They believe it.
Now, to what extent, that's going to be the crazy part. But again, families are holding on to stuff, y'all, and y'all, each one of us know that. You that watch it, every last one of you that's watching, knows some kind of family secret. Okay?
If
Each
not
one of
several.
us. Yeah.
On both sides.
Yeah. Everybody has family secrets. And some people go to their death with them.
Many of them have.
Oh yeah, they go to the death with it.
The graveyard full of secrets and talent.
They not telling it.
The graveyard full of secrets and talent.
But honey, if those offenders are still living amongst folk, you need to check on your people. And again, if you have some children that are saying, Mom, I don't want to go. I don't want to go over there. I don't like going over there and kicking and screaming. Listen to them.
Take time to get to know your children. Every one of them. Take time.
Yes.
Don't just be there like I'm raising my kids and you to help raise it. Know all your children.
Yes.
From now, and then take time when they get grown. Take time when they are a teenager. Take time to get to know your child.
Yes, please.
I'm trying to tell you.
I am living example of that right now. Before we leave out, I do have a podcast coming up. It's a roundtable talk. It's with young men this time. Okay. Mom, you look lifted. Lifted. What's lifted me?
Smoke.
Oh boy, he been having me cry, baby. I mean, she been having me cry. My eyes is all swollen. Now, what was I at? She made me forget. You know, I got a short term
podcast for the gentlemen.
Oh yeah, I'm having a podcast for the young men. Okay, and then we're gonna do a girl one after that. But we starting off with the young men. Okay, and I thought I knew my son. Okay, and it was just a lot going on with him that I didn't know. Right. And he said it wasn't really about me. It was the fact that he was a young man growing up and really no dad around, and there was things that I couldn't answer. I couldn't do for him. Right. So these are the things that we're going to talk about on this roundtable talk. So I hope that you guys will come and join us. It's April 8th. Okay. Everybody is welcome. Men, women, children. We want the young children, the young men, the young ladies. We want y'all to come and sit and listen to these young folk that have grown up without a dad. They've had their mom. Some may have not had their mom. Some may have had their dad too. It's not always peaches and cream because the dad is around. Okay? So just keep that in mind. This is the mental health section of Just Got Real. Okay? And Bam and I have had so many conversations, but we have not had a conversation like we had today. Okay? This was just as raw for me as it was for you guys, okay? And that's why I hurt my feelings, because I've built a relationship with her, okay? And it just hurts my heart that she even went through that. And see, that's another thing. Some of us kids, you guys got to remember, you might think that your parents are horrible, think that my kids might think I was horrible. But you have to remember that there's somebody always out here that has went through something totally different than you went through. And you might think your shit is horrible. They might think their shit is horrible. And the next person might think their shit is. We all think our shit is horrible, right? But exactly, we just have to keep going forward. What else can we do, right? I've been molested, but damn it, it's not going to stop me from living. I got to keep going forward. You know what I'm saying? I have to heal from it. I have to let it go. You guys have to let it go. Okay, and that's the point of this show. Because Stacy want to love on my sugars. Let's thank Bam for coming. Okay, Bam, you're awesome. I appreciate your transparency. I appreciate you coming on the show. Anytime you want to come, you got a story to tell, let us know. Huh, Crystal? Me and Crystal, honey. Crystal, when she got stories to tell, honey, me and Crystal be on it, home, Crystal. But I appreciate, I know that was Crystal with all those questions. She's good at questions. She got her notebook and everything. Hey, Sugar, who was saying hi, Stacy? Hold on, y'all know on Facebook, on StreamYard, I can't really see who is speaking. So let me get on the same page with y'all. Do y'all have any questions for myself or Bam before we end out? Hey, Rosie, beautiful. Hey, Sugar. Oh, keep up with your healing elevation, Bam.
Thank you.
Um, oh, have you ever just broke down? That's Crystal.
Yeah,
Yeah, you have?
yeah.
Well, can you give us kind of a scenario? What happened?
I wasn't feeling too good one day, and my element is water. I'm a water sign. Well, actually, my element is fire, water, and earth. But I'm a water sign, so some was just like, get in the water, take a shower, get in the water. So I got in the water and I took a shower. Um, and actually, this is the first time I ever saw the little girl inside. She doesn't, because we think that the little girl inside actually looks like our physical body, but the little girl inside is who we are,
Right.
energetically. And the first time I seen her, and
While you're in the shower?
because someone's like, well, because my yin and yang they actually exist in my head, and it's a little boy and a little girl, and the little boy will not leave the little girl.
Oh, wow.
He won't.
Yeah.
She keeps her back turned because she doesn't want to bother with anybody.
Yeah.
He's the one that will
Just follow her.
he will socialize.
Yeah.
He won't go far, but he'll socialize. So
Uh,
I guess these are just the two different parts. I got the masculine and the feminine. She doesn't want to bother with anybody. She stays to herself.
Yeah.
So this is the first time I ever seen her, and someone said, just ask her if you can give her a hug. And I asked her if I can hug her, and I hugged her. And when I hugged her, that was it. Broke down in the shower.
Oh, wow.
I was home by myself. Broke down in the shower.
Oh.
For about a good 45 minutes.
Yeah.
I was in the shower crying.
Wow.
Hugging myself.
Yeah.
Hugging myself.
Hugging that little girl.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
So yes, I have broken down. And if you ever go on a spiritual journey, if you ever go on your spiritual enlightenment and your elevation, trust and believe you will meet those inside.
Absolutely.
Because it's not just you. It's many more.
Wow. Ooh, that was deep, y'all. Oh, we got a young lady's asked if you like to come to church on Sunday. Oh, I love that. Crystal inviting you to church. We would love to come. Oh, look, I'm saying we would love to come. I'm saying, yeah, this motherfucker going. Yeah.
What church?
How long has it been since you've been to church?
Oh, I really don't do church anymore. Not that I don't do church. It's just that in my growth and my elevation, I have moved beyond this the system
of church
of religion. This stigma of belief. Because to me, if I believe in something, I have a doubt. There's a doubt if I believe. It may be there, it may not. That's why I believe. But if I know,
yeah,
there's no room for doubt. There's no room for anything else, but I know.
Yeah. I definitely know too.
So
okay, so great job, probably. Thank you. All right, so I'm thinking that's okay. Do you have relatives helping you Heal. Okay, I was just looking at the questions. Okay, y'all. All right, so we love that you guys joined us today. Thank y'all for joining us on our pop up today. Yes, I have been crying a little bit. Don't judge me. My son told my mama, "You look lifted." I'm like, "What's lifted mean? Is that the new word?" Okay, but anywho, again, we thank Bam for coming out. If you have a story, okay, that you want to tell, that you think that might resonate with somebody else and might help them in their healing journey, please, please, please come and talk to us. Come and hang out with us, okay? We're in a comfortable space. It's nice and homey, right? Um, and you know I'm gonna harass you, talk a little shit, make you laugh, smile, cry. I mean, look at it.
And I have no problem talking to anybody about anything.
So if you have any questions for Bam, let me know, and we'll get that out there. Okay. All right, you guys. Thank y'all for coming out. All right, and thank you for coming to
Just got
Just
real.
Got Real.
Appreciate y'all.
Hey.
Much love. Stay elevated.